Donald Trump faces racketeering charges as the former president is indicted for the fourth time. And a judge sides with young climate activists in Montana in a ruling that's the first of its kind. The Rundown starts now. This is Straight Arrow News, bringing you unbiased, straight facts. Today is Tuesday, August 15th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. For the fourth time, a felony case has been filed against former President Donald Trump, this time in Fulton County, Georgia, where a grand jury indicted Trump and 18 others on charges of election fraud, racketeering, and other offenses in an effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election results in the state. The other defendants charged include Trump's former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and his personal attorney Rudy Giuliani. Speaking to reporters Monday night following the release of the 98-page indictment, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis said those charged have until noon on Friday, August 25th, to voluntarily surrender.
The indictment alleges that rather than abide by Georgia's legal process for election challenges, the defendants engaged in a criminal racketeering enterprise to overturn Georgia's presidential election result.
The indictment lists 161 acts as part of the alleged scheme. The investigation was prompted in part by the January 2, 2021 phone call where Trump told Georgia's Secretary of State to find 11,780 votes. In a statement, lawyers for Trump say they look forward to reviewing the indictment, saying it's, quote, undoubtedly just as flawed and unconstitutional as this entire process has been. Speaking to Fox News, the former president called it, quote, a dark period in our country and the continuation of the greatest and longest-running witch hunt in American history. Trump is the first former president in U.S. history to face criminal charges. He faces charges in the special counsel's January 6th and classified documents investigations, and in the New York State case concerning hush money payments. He has denied any wrongdoing in all cases. A Philadelphia teenager has been arrested on serious terrorism charges, said to be in communication with a terrorist group affiliated with Al-Qaeda. The teenager's name has not been released. Investigators say he was sending and receiving messages and pictures that aligned with terrorist propaganda on how to commit criminal acts, including how to make a bomb. The individual was allegedly planning a trip overseas to meet with other group members. FBI Special Agent Jacqueline McGuire expressed deep concern over the teen's recent purchases, which included firearms and materials commonly used to make explosives.
Some of these purchases had just occurred in the last few weeks. Among the items he purchased were tactical equipment, wiring, chemicals, and devices often used as remote detonators. These purchases quickly escalated this case in both threat and priority for our office. And this was now a situation where we believe public safety was at risk, so we quickly took appropriate steps to mitigate that risk.
Hawaii's governor has predicted the death toll from the state's historic wildfires to increase by 20 victims per day over the next 10 days. As it's expected, the public will begin to learn today the identities of those who died. It's already the worst wildfire the U.S. has seen in more than a century, as the death toll crept up to 99 by Tuesday morning. About 1/4 of the hard-hit area of Lahaina has been combed through for victims. In this area, many people had no chance, with the fire advancing on the ground 1 mile every 60 seconds. An estimated 3,000 animals are missing, the Maui Humane Society saying they are hoping to be inundated with pets as search and rescue efforts continue all this week. State officials have also requested a moratorium on any sales of the thousands of properties that have been damaged or destroyed in the wildfires. Officials are calling for the pause of certain real estate, worried outside buyers will try to exploit the local community in a time of rebuilding. It's been 1 week since the fire first broke out on the island. It could easily take weeks or months to determine what started the blaze that overtook Maui. But according to a newly filed class action lawsuit, which backs a leading theory, downed power lines during a high wind storm could have played a role in the initial spark. A massive explosion at a gas station in Russia has killed at least 30 people, including several young children. More than 100 others are said to have been injured in the overnight blast. Crews worked quickly to put the flames out, and now charred remnants remain, with just the frames of the gas station left standing. The explosion took place in a city just outside the region's capital. According to officials on the ground, a fire started at a nearby car repair shop, then spread to the nearby gas station, causing the blast. It will now be unconstitutional for the state of Montana to allow fossil fuel business to continue as usual. They must now consider how fossil fuel projects may impact young people's constitutional rights to a clean and healthful environment. State agencies were found to be violating young people's rights to clean air by allowing fossil fuel development. Young environmental activists sued the state of Montana, and in a ruling that is first of its kind in the U.S., the judge sided with the climate activist, claiming a government body has the responsibility to protect its citizens from climate change. State officials promised to appeal the ruling. Finally this morning, it's game on at Netflix as the company begins to offer video game streaming to its subscribers. The streaming giant started adding video games in 2021 when it launched Netflix games for mobile devices. But now the company is testing playing games on select TVs and computers. The limited beta test will be open to a small number of subscribers in Canada and the UK and will only feature 2 games at first. And to play the games on your TV, Netflix says you'll use a controller you have on you most of the day, your phone. Netflix says they are working to make games available on more devices in the future. Those are your top stories this Tuesday morning. Thank you for choosing Straight Arrow News as your trusted source. And now you can know the second the rundown is available with the Straight Arrow News app. The app is free to download in the Apple and Google Play app stores. Just search Straight Arrow News, then make sure to turn on notifications for the rundown, and you'll get alerted each weekday morning when it's time to watch. Unbiased, straight facts, that's Straight Arrow News. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.